For the Records Week in Review, Clinton's FBI interview. This week we found out that despite the fact that Hillary Clinton was handling some of the most sensitive information in the world, no one ever trained her on what was right and wrong. Also, Donald Trump continued to confuse us on his immigration stance, and everybody still hates their choices for president. Just over 2 months until Election Day. For the record note, we're going to be by the pool this weekend pretending the real world doesn't exist. No newsletter Monday. We'll see you Tuesday. No one told Clinton about how to handle classified emails. On Friday, the FBI released a partially redacted interview with Clinton plus a nice big summary of their investigation into her private email server. A big find out of the 11-page interview? Clinton couldn't remember anyone telling her how to properly handle her retained classified information. The interview also included Clinton's claims that the private email server was used out of convenience and that former Secretary of State Colin Powell talked to her about how he did it. Other finds. Clinton's email server had not been hacked, according to the FBI, but they couldn't say the same for the 13 BlackBerry devices she used while she was at state. Those weren't available. Also, Clinton used 3 different iPads during that time. The 2 of those that were analyzed also weren't hacked. The other one wasn't available. The Trump campaign loved all of the email drama, forwarding out a summary of 10 different discoveries in the FBI report that show her blatant disregard for the classification system. Hillary Clinton is applying for a job that begins each day with a top-secret intelligence briefing, and the notes from her FBI interview reinforce her tremendously bad judgment and dishonesty, spokesman Jason Miller said in a statement. Clinton's secret email server was an end run around government transparency laws that wound up jeopardizing our national security and sensitive diplomatic efforts. Trump will be both soft and hard on immigration. Donald Trump wants to be loved by the immigration hardliners and the immigration softliners. And over the last 2 weeks he's said his plan is open to a softening and hardening. This week we saw just that. Trump met with the president of Mexico, where he raved about the country and said they had mutual immigration goals. Softy. That night he gave an immigration speech where he said, "You cannot obtain legal status or become a citizen of the United States by illegally entering our country. Those days are over, not soft," his critics responded with, "We told you so." He's still just as intense on immigration as ever, and some of his Hispanic advisors said that they could no longer support him. But Trump went on the radio Thursday morning and basically said, "Wait, don't leave. You want softening? I'll still soften." Never mind that he didn't provide any soft details. "We don't even want to win anymore." USA Today, Suffolk University poll found that supporters of both major presidential candidates are voting more out of fear than excitement about their candidate. Depressingly, 80% of Trump supporters and 62% of Clinton supporters say if the other candidate wins, they would feel scared. A mere 27% of Clinton supporters and 29% of Trump supporters would feel excited by a win of the candidate they support. Instead, the majority of people would feel satisfied if their candidate won. 62% of Clinton supporters and 52% of Trump supporters. The poll found that Clinton is ahead of Trump by 7 points nationally, 48% to 41%. Libertarian Gary Johnson had 9%, Green Party candidate Jill Stein had 4%. Another tidbit: more than half of Clinton supporters said they'd be willing to split the ticket and vote for a Republican down ballot. News from the trail. Want to dial for Donald Trump? Promise not to insult Barron. Cincinnati Enquirer. Clinton's fundraising tour paid off. USA Today. Hillary Clinton isn't sick, but conspiracy theorists are winning. Google. USA Today. Presidential debate moderators were announced. USA Today. Putin says DNC hack was public service, but Russia had nothing to do with it. USA Today. Stein mixes up her cities. The Green Party candidate meant to go to Columbus, Ohio for a rally on Friday, but she accidentally landed in Cincinnati. Thankfully, her supporters' impatience was calmed with pizza while they waited.